If you're looking for which mining rigs have the best ROI or return on investment, then look no further. That's exactly what this video is. Today we will be breaking down the best mining rigs based on their returns, how much they cost, how much they earn, what do they mine, and of course, where to get them. My name is Vosk. I've been spending a lot of time building my own personal crypto mining farm. We also work on the dogecoin YouTube channel, which you're watching now. So subscribe and let's dig into it. Some people don't realize that mining is a billion-dollar industry, and I'm not even talking about Bitcoin, even beyond that. There's over $2 million a day mined with Dogecoin, over $1 million a day mined with kaspa. Wouldn't you like a piece of the pie? If you say no, then you just got too much money. Me personally, yeah, I'd love a piece of that. Actually, I'm eating some of that because we've been building our farm. Today, a lot of the miners we pull are going to be from asic Marketplace. We are an affiliate with asic Marketplace, but more importantly, we have campaigned with them to get the absolute best coupon code possible. So you can save some coin by using our code that's down in the video description below, which supports you and also supports us. But I'll show you some alternatives. I'll show you the manufacturer's site. I'm not here to just get an affiliate sale, but if you do enjoy the content, please support the content by using our link. We do not get credit if you only punch in our code with asic Marketplace, unfortunately. So, number one, the goldshell AL box, the AL box, the ALF miner. This thing is super controversial and it has been super profitable, and the prices are coming down dramatically. This thing, depending on when you bought it and where, cost 12, 13, 11, 10 grand. It's already down to about $7,000. I have this device in my mining farm, and in the last 24 hours, it's mined about 20 coins. 20 coins is about $35. This thing barely uses any juice. It's about $1 a day in electricity at a 10 cent per kilowatt hour electricity rate, which isn't anything all that fantastic. That means that this has about a 7-month ROI. This is a small miner, nearly silent. It's quiet, low power draw, easy to deploy anywhere, and some of their models even have Wi-Fi support. So that's why I wanted to bring up the AL box first, because it is one of the most applicable and versatile miners. Sure, you can throw it in a mining farm, why not? But you could also throw it in your guest bedroom, and that is a game changer for decentralizing mining. Personally, right? So that's the data. My quick 2 cents is I think this is one of the riskiest miners you can buy. I think there are going to be bigger, better versions of ALF miners coming very soon. I am actually terrified that my miner will break even for the value of it when we received it. It's high risk, potential high reward. Let's move on to the next little mini box miner. As we move through this list, some of the ROIs will get better, but we will go into bigger and more expensive mining rigs, which generally means a better return on your investment. Of course, by the way, it's never investment advice. I'm doing this research for my own personal mining farm and just sharing it as free, entertaining content here on the tube. So the goldshell KA Box Pro. We already have the KA box. It's been good, not great, underperforming a bit, but still a good miner. This picture on their site is inaccurate. They actually slapped a third PCIe connection on there. It's basically just the KA box if you're familiar with that, but more juice now. Or so it seems, probably just higher overclocked. This mines the kaspa cryptocurrency, and I'll talk more about kaspa mining later in this video, but it's very important that you listen to what I have to say there. But to keep it focused, this miner makes about $6 a day. It only costs around $2,600 before you punch in your boy's code. This is critical information because this is a small miner. It is a quiet miner. It is easy to deploy in many different places. It is also, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your point of view, one of the cheapest miners that we will be talking about today. So this miner, number 2, the KA Box Pro, has a break even of about 12 months, earning about $6 a day, and it's going to cost you probably, based on your electricity rate, $1 to $2 a day to operate. We could head over to Goldshell's shop. I'll link it out down below, along with other links. They've listed their KA box and AL box on here before. They sold out incredibly fast. Some people even believed that it was a fake sale, a publicity stunt. The KA Box Pro has not even been listed on here. Apparently it's just going in large volume, just straight to resellers and things like that. We'll see. Goldshell is finally, surprisingly, maybe because of all the negative things we said about it, reopening their affiliate program, and they may be looking to do more manufacturer to consumer sales. But don't get too excited. They just will mark their miners up to match whatever resellers are selling them for. Have you heard of BoxBet yet? They're focused on sports and gaming, along with rewards for their users. They utilize a buy and burn mechanism with their cryptocurrency token, the BXBT token, which makes it deflationary. Their emphasis is on securing all licenses. They've also secured a strategic funding round. Learn more about the project that supported Voscoin with the link out to BoxBet 2.0 in the video description below. Hello, miner number 3, the IB-Link BMKS Max Kaspa miner, 10.5 terahash a second, mining the K-heavy hash mining algorithm, which is the Kaspa cryptocurrency. This is a full-size ASIC miner. Watch our tutorial guide if you need a crash course on what an ASIC miner is, how to set it up, do it right, do it efficient, do it safe. But the quick breakdown is this is a purpose-built machine. It needs an Ethernet cable for internet. It has a attached power supply, which only operates on 200 voltage plus, right? So I've got 30 amp circuits on my mining farm on 240 voltage single phase. So you set that up. I really like the Altair mining PDU, so I grabbed one of those. I plugged the power cable in to the PDU, which is a power distribution unit, and I plug it into the power supply, and then we can start mining. This in particular uses a C19, C20 cable, and with the delivery in the future, this thing comes in around $9,000. This is a device that earns $42 a day after electricity, which is going to cost me about $8 a day to operate because it consumes 3,400 watts. That means that this is about a 7-month ROI or break even on this miner. To be frank, that's spectacular. And again, just so you know that I'm the real deal here, let's go to their website. Watch out, there's a lot of fake IB-Link sites. We'll go to product and we'll pull up the BMKS Max. It is more expensive here on their web shop. Here's where things get even crazier. I'm still trying to verify the authenticity of this. There is the dragonball miner. Really, it has the specs of an IB-Link miner, but it actually looks like an iceriver miner, including the little light that's on the power supply, which matches my new iceriver KS5L that I recently got in. But the bottom line is they have, I guess now, multiple models or future orders or something. It's confusing, but they have this thing called a KS6. It has the exact same specifications of the BMKS Max, 10.5 terahash a second, consuming 3,400 watts, similar price points. So it has the exact same ROI, assuming it's real and reliable. Please don't use this site. I don't know if it's the real site. I don't know if these miners are even real. I just keep hearing the Dragon Ball intro in my mind every time I say Dragon Ball. But we'll call that thing number 4. So let's look at the iceriver KS3M. I'm surprised we're still talking about this. This is yet another Kaspa miner. Starting to see a trend here. Kaspa mining is incredibly profitable, and it's just been like the go-to coin to mine over the last year or so. This is a miner that right now it shows about $7,000. It's not in stock, but the street price for these is about $6,000 or less right now. That puts the ROI on this at about 9 to 10 months, about 21 bucks a day after your electricity bill. For me, that costs about $8. My KS3M has not been doing that great. One of the hash boards is basically failing. So oftentimes I have to restart it, every day, every couple of days to get that third hash board to come back. It performs a little bit worse and eventually crashes again. The new real successor to the KS3M, I don't even know if they're going to produce the KS3M anymore, to be honest, is going to be miner number 6, which is the KS5L. This miner is more profitable. It is more expensive, but I think we're going to start seeing these sold around 8 to 10, 12 grand, depending on the model and the performance. There's a 9 terahash a second version and a 12 terahash a second version, which means that this has an ROI between 9 and 12 months, depending on which model and at what price point you get it. These are ready and in stock, so they're carrying a premium. A lot of these miners with better prices have an ETA of shipping within the next 1 to 2 or even 3 months. So yeah, not another teen movie, not another kaspa miner. Enter number 7, the Bitmain antminer K7, another dedicated professional industrial grade asic miner. I doubled down, or really 12x down on these. I added 12 of these to my mining farm over the last few months. So if you saw my video where I'm like, I spent 40 grand on miners, I hope this works out. This is what I spent 40 grand on. So I got a pretty good price on these before CKB, the coin that this mines, Nervo's network, pumped. It brought the miner price for these machines back up. Even at current prices of around $6,000, these make around 25 bucks a day, and they consume a little bit less power at 3,080 watts, depending on the model, which means that they cost $7 to $8 a day to run for me, which at a 6K price point, 25 bucks a day, and $7 to $8 a day to run, it's about a 12-month ROI. Just to share a quick screen of real-time mining data, my KS5L is mining $52-ish a day. These change periodically. The KS3 is mining around 37 bucks. The KS3M has a hash board down, so it's only mining 14 bucks right now. You can see its performance is almost the same as a KS2. My iceriver miners have not held up great, especially compared to things like Bitmain antminers. I also overclocked the KS3M, which in retrospect was not a good idea because that miner has failed. Was it because of the overclock? I don't know. Let me show you one of my other overclocked miners. It is the KS0 Pro. Overclocked that, and that one has completely failed. But anyway, just showing you some data here. You know, how much does a KS0 Pro make right now? About 80 cents. How much does an overclocked KS0 make? About 80 cents. So let's bring it back to Bitmain and talk about miner number 8/9. It's going to be the KS5 and the KS5 Pro. They are drastically cutting their future prices on these miners. These have consistently been selling for around $30,000 a machine. These miners have a ROI of 4 to 5 months, earning $93 or $88 a day between the KS5 Pro and the KS5 models respectively. The KS5 Pros may have the new style power supply. They are reported to have it on this listing. I'm not sure. It only consumes 3,150 watts, which the old version of the power supply, very oftentimes ran. These are incredibly potentially expensive miners, right? You want one today, 32 grand. You want one in August, 13 grand. When we go over to Bitmain's site, we see that they're selling futures of the KS5 Pro for 15 grand. And we can see they have spot, which is in stock right now, shipping for the KS5 model for 34 grand. If you have their coupon, which is it's kind of ridiculous. It's like a coupon that you can get for numerous things, like attending their conferences, and then you also have to spend millions of dollars to actually get the full coupon value. And that's one of the ways resellers basically get miners at a discount that we can never get for, I want to just go buy one, and then they price their miner somewhere between, their actual cost, obviously, and then the full spot value. These machines can be had for as low as $10,500. I also get hit with huge tariff bills when I order direct from Bitmain, which really cuts into my ROI break-even projections. Whereas when I buy miners that aren't coming out of China and Hong Kong, I'm subject to different tariffs, which are oftentimes incredibly less or none. We look at the KS5, we can see that this can be had somewhere between 24 and 34 grand. And it'll ship within 10 days of buying it. So yeah, super profitable. And I guess we look at the KS5 pricing and the future pricing on that with an August ETAs, 12 grand. AM's future price on this is 13 grand for the KS5 Pro. I'm taking the KS5 for 12 grand all day over the KS5 Pro for 13. It really just comes down to breaking down the numbers and not getting fixated on a specific model. But yeah, I mean, this is 20 terahash at 3,000 watts for 12 grand. That's how fast kaspa ASIC mining is moving. It's stressful, it's scary, but it has been lucrative so far. So we'll have to see where it goes. Sometimes buying these miners, I swear, feels like musical chairs. But hey, the data's the data. So one thing you need to know about kaspa mining is that it effectively halves annually, and it reduces the emissions once a month every month. So for example, the current block reward is 110 kaspa cryptocurrency. When it's reduced on the 5th, it will be reduced to 104. So that's a significant reduction. If nothing changed, you will mine more kaspa, and thus you will make more money mining kaspa right now as opposed to in 1 month. The kaspa cryptocurrency needs to go up in price to compensate for that reduction in emissions if you hope to earn the same amount of money, but you will be earning still less coin. Oh, and don't forget that the network continues to go up in hash rate, which means there's more and more competition for those same amount of coins that are reducing every month. Over the last year, it has become about 257 times more difficult to mine kaspa. All while the amount of kaspa mined per day has been cut in half. You know what else was cut in half? Bitcoin, when it halved. And it's been pretty rough on me. I need to sit down and crunch these numbers for my mining farm's sake, and then I'm going to make a video about it as well. But so I have 26 of my Bitcoin miners online on this Bitcoin mining pool. And yesterday I mined about 0.002 Bitcoin basically. Do you know how little that is? Do you know how little 0.002 Bitcoin is? That's about $140. So if I have 26 machines, right, and they all have electricity bills, so I got 140 bucks divided by 26, I'm earning $5.38 per machine. I can tell you on average, I am spending more than $5.38 per machine to operate them. Not good. Not good. My Bitcoin mining farm has to be in the red. I'm not thrilled about it. One thing I want to mention is looking at coins based on their emissions, right? And targeting the next biggest mining ecosystems like Dogecoin, which is merge mined with Litecoin. And after their recent price pump of 11% and 11%, they have they have over $2.5 million in daily emissions. And Litecoin halved recently as well. So that's not going to be going down, bringing the mining rewards down anytime soon. And Dogecoin doesn't have halvings because it's a joke inflationary cryptocurrency that is a top 10 crypto because everybody loves a good dog. So I've been actively expanding my Doge mining farm to help compensate for this. These miners do not have the best ROIs compared to, say, kaspa miners, but that's something I'm personally doing. You can see, how much Doge I'm mining per day. Here's an example of how much Litecoin I'm mining per day with about 50 gigahash, which, depending on how you look at it, is like six or so miners. But keep in mind, there's a beast of a Dogecoin miner coming soon, the bitmain antminer L9, which is reportedly going to have a 17.6 gigahash and a 16.2 gigahash a second model. Different price points associated with that. Same power consumption basically as their previous generation L7 miner. Not quite, but basically double the power. And it's also coming in at like even more than double the price. A couple iceriver miners just leaked. Will they have the fastest ROI? I don't know yet because I haven't been able to get pricing on them, but they're worth bringing up at least quickly. The KS0 Ultra is their new version of their mini miner. I don't see why this would be the fastest ROI, but it's going to be cheap and it earns more than it burns. Probably going to be earning around 170 a day and at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, only costing about 24 cents to operate. Then there is the iceriver KS5M. It's 15 terahash a second of kaspa mining hash rate at only 3,400 watts. So it's basically the KS5L, but better. that means it's going to command a price premium over that unit. It may come out as one of the best ROI miners. One of the price leaks that we've gotten is that the Ultra will cost around $700 and that the KS5M will cost around $17,000. So it's 17 grand versus 11, 12 grand for the KS5L. The KS5L is a significantly better buy. The KS0 Ultra is interesting at that price point, but it's not even close to as lucrative as the previous models were when they were released. I was hoping this was going to be a quick video, but looking at my recording time now, it's become a bit long. It's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to break down. Maybe I should look at a format that rattles this off even quicker, but a lot of these details I either want to talk about, I want to elaborate on, or there's information in addition to that that I want you to know. Like, I could tell you that AL Box is super profitable and super crazy, but like, do you know that it's a brand new ASIC miner? It's the first publicly released ASIC miner, right? A purpose-built custom computer machine for mining that cryptocurrency. Previously it was FPGA mined, and before that was GPU mined. And if you don't know, basically that means there's going to be significantly better models coming sometime soon-ish. Yeah, what a great answer. But the point is, some people think that that's out and like that's what it's going to do for a long time, and it's not. It's not. Even goldshell could make a bigger and better miner, yet they seem to just consistently keep making these little box miners and not producing full-size miners. They've been teasing a full-size kaspa ASIC miner for many months, yet we've only seen a little box miner from them, and then a second box miner announced and soon to be released from them, which is, essentially a mini mining rig. And of course, we've talked about the kaspa rewards and their reductions, and looking at mining ecosystems and their mission, and kind of what can these ecosystems realistically support? How inflated are they? I mean, there's so much to this. I guess that's why I make a lot of videos here on the Dogecoin YouTube channel. So I'm gonna close it out. We've run through the data. Take from it what you will. If you do buy a miner, please check out our video description and use our links. It makes all the difference to help us continue pursuing content creation in addition to our mining farm endeavor. Again, I'm Drew Vosk, you're on the Dogecoin YouTube channel, but even more important than me and much cooler and cuter than me is gonna be Tails. She is our CMO, our Chief Mining Officer. We run 10 seconds of Tails, and we take C titles with the utmost importance here at Dogecoin. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video as well. And you know what? I got one other thing to say. I hope you're having a good day. And if you're not, well, shit, I hope tomorrow's a better day. Because I got some days that ain't that great. And I'm like, well, hope tomorrow's better. And I'm still talking. So, goodbye.